just going to talk about things about blackmail, maybe some things that might help you in your situation, or things you need to think about before hiring someone to help, or things you need to think about before you even consider paying a blackmailer. Don't ever pay a blackmailer. The very second a blackmailer reveals themselves and says, we want X amount of dollars, do not even consider paying the money. It is the biggest mistake you'll make. Now, what's even worse than just paying money is worse than paying big money. I often come across clients who've paid $10, $15, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 to blackmailers. You want to know something? The only thing that happens is the blackmailer keeps coming back for more. They think you're an ATM machine. They figure if you pay 10, you can pay another 10. If you can't pay 10, you'll pay 5. You can borrow it, get a loan, take a credit card advance, whatever it may be. They don't care. A blackmailer will bleed you dry. So do not pay a blackmailer. Do not pay a blackmailer big money. What you need to do is negotiate the amount down and stall for a payment date. I don't have that type of money today. I need 24 hours. I can get it to you tomorrow. My cousin Fred is going to lend me the money. I can take it from one of my accounts. I can get a cash advance on a credit card. I need time. When you have that time, you need to take care of business. Taking care of business is turning your social media as private as possible. Come on, you're an adult. You really need Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Get rid of that shit, okay? But don't block the blackmailer. You need to maintain contact with them, okay? Because if you don't maintain contact, they're going to contact someone you know. And they're going to contact maybe your boss, your spouse, your cousin Henry. Who knows who it might be, or your child in college. So maintaining communications with the blackmailer contains the situation. It doesn't alienate them and forces their hand to make things difficult in your life. Now, when you are trying to figure out what to do in that, say, 24-hour period, you need to say, I'm going to handle this on my own, or I'm going to hire someone to help me. So the options to hire someone to help you are truly limited, okay? You'll get a private investigator who says they'll locate the blackmailer. You'll get a hacker who says they'll hack and corrupt the files and nobody will ever see the content again. Or you'll get a lawyer who will write a cease and desist letter. So let's start with a private investigator who says, okay, we'll hunt them down, we'll find them. The only thing they're going to find is an IP address, okay, and a possible name. And the truth is you don't know if that name's real. And even so, if you find them, what are you going to say? Stop blackmailing me? Or the private investigator say, hey, stop blackmailing my client? Just give the private investigator the phone number, the email that's contacting you. Say, hey, contact them. What do you need to find them for? It's a moot point. Don't do it. Then you have hackers who claim that they can hack, locate the file, and corrupt it. Ain't happening, man. I mean, these blackmailers use app numbers on top of prepaid mobiles, and you don't know if the mobile texts to this mobile, to that mobile, to that email. It's just not happening. Plus, I mean, you pay a hacker X amount of thousands of dollars to hack the file. How do you know? How do you know it was done? How do you know it got all the files? Maybe he texted to 10 different people. You just don't know. So hacking's ridiculous. Lawyers want to write a cease and desist letter. And that cease and desist letter will basically say, stop blackmailing my client. And it's really smart because you're admitting to being blackmailed on your lawyer's letterhead. How do you know the blackmailer doesn't post that on Twitter for all to see? I mean, can you imagine that? Can you imagine your boss typing in something on Google, your name, and boom, there it is on some guy's Twitter? Blackmailed. It's not smart. There are 3 things when it comes to blackmail that you need to consider. You need to consider protecting your identity, preventing exposure, and getting rid of the blackmailer. Protecting your identity is manipulating who you are and manipulating online information. Speaking of online information, you need to tell the people in your world, in your circle, that you've been hacked. Do not open any messages with your name. Do not accept friend requests from your friends or followers. Do not accept a friend request in your name. Blackmailers tend to open up social accounts in victims' names, so they will hit up your friends and your friends will automatically accept. So keep that in mind. Preventing exposure is negotiating with the blackmailer and stalling payment. You just keep stalling. You make it difficult for them to receive money, but you got to have excuses as to why. And then it's getting rid of the blackmailer. If you don't create a mechanism to get rid of them, they keep coming back, whether it be a fake phone number, fake email, whatever it may be. But the bottom line is you have a 24-hour period if you pushed off the time to pay to think about what to do. Take your time, think carefully, because people online will take advantage of you because you're in a situation where you're frightened and you'll do almost anything to get out of it. So typically, individuals in those situations are willing to pay professionals without thinking about what they're going to do for them. So know who you do business with, take your time, be safe, and again, never ever pay a blackmailer. It is the worst thing you can do.